here, if A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, again, if A is greater than C, output is A, else output is C. Means what? A, B, C, we are giving the condition A is greater than B, A is greater than B, A is greater than C. Okay? So if the first condition is satisfying, then A is greater than B, else C is greater than A. Means what here? In first condition, A is greater than B, either A should be greater or B should be greater. Okay? So output will be A. Second one, if A is greater than C, if A is greater than C means what? If C is not greater than A, then it should be it should be false. Else, again, if B is greater than C, B should be printed, else C should be printed. Here means what? Here in one if you are taking one more if is called nested if. This is the simple way you can understand. When we learn with the program, it will be still more clear. Okay? Ashish, enable your video. Ashish, enable your video. Okay, now the next topic is multiple selection construct or switch statement. This is very important because in your annual examination, at least one question will be asked from switch statement. So dear students, please pay attention. Ashish, enable your video. Dear students, please pay attention. So switch statement. So the word switch will only tell you what does switch says, on or off. So when you on the switch, light will on. When you off the switch, light will get off. Correct? Yes or no, Subiksha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here what happens, when you on, there is a command. When you off, there is a command. Means what? When you on the switch, what has to happen? Hey, akade akadako. ಅದಾಗಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡು. Okay, when you on there was a command, when you off there was a command. So what was the command? On, light should get on, off, light should get off. So for each action there is a command to be performed. Same like that in your remote control. Okay, for example, this is a remote. In your remote control, what happens? If you press any number, if you press 1, what will happen? 1 number channel will print, correct? If you press 2, 2 number channel will print. If you press 3, 3 number channel will print. Okay, this is about television remote. This is very important. Listen carefully. Now, when you are driving a car, you will have a remote. Again, you will increase the volume. When you increase the volume, there is one command. Okay, what is that command? Raise the volume. When you decrease the volume. Means what? For every action performing, there is an equal and opposite. It is there, like Newton's third law, it is there. But what happens here? It is understood that each action performed, there is a program code written. Now here, how to do that? In your remote control, in your car remote control, okay, in your phone or anything you press, when you switch on the light, when you switch on the fan, how does it react? There should be some power supply or the circuit passing information. Okay, now if there are more than 2 alternatives to be selected, multiple selection construct is used. More than 2 selected multiple selection should be used. Means what here? Subiksha, can you read that page number 118? Case label.
Yes, sir.
Please.
So from where?
Down. After that.
Yeah, okay. Case
Yes.
labels can be integer characters, boolean, or enumerate data items. Each case label indicates the value of the expression for which the associated statement is to be executed.
Continue.
When the switch statement is executed, first the expression is evaluated. The value of the expression is then compared with each of the case labels. The statement whose label matches with the expression is executed, and then control comes out of the construct. When no match occurs, the default statement mentioned in the default label is executed. The switch statement is similar to if-else-if construct.
Yeah, the switch statement is similar to if-else if statement, but what, when the switch statement is executed, first it will first the expression is evaluated. See, when you want to on the switch, there will be two things: light should get on or light should get off. Okay, there will be two expression evaluated. Any one expression has to be satisfied to that on. Okay, like that, when you off also, what has to perform? That is what it is here. When no match occurs, the default statement will be printed. That I will tell you. The switch statement is nothing, almost similar to if else if statement. If else if statement is what? If this condition is there, this should print. Else this condition should print. In switch also, if I press 1, I should get printed a statement. If I press 2, I should get print the statement. If I press 3, I should get some more printed statement, like that. Now, if you see the example, it is clear for you to understand. To find the name of the day given by the number, switch day number, switch we are using. See, whenever you are using this mechanism or this concept, then you should use the word switch. Switch day 1. Now you have to open the block. Now you have to write the condition. So here weeks will have 7 days. Okay, weeks will have 7 days. Now which number, if you print, what has to be printed? Now for that we will use the keyword as case. Now case 1. Case 1 is what? If I press or if I invoke 1, what should be printed on the output terminal? If I press 2, what should be printed on the output terminal? If I press 3, what should be printed on the output terminal? Like that it goes on. Now, case 1, print. Print what? What to be printed? Sunday should be printed. Ashish, enable your video. Can't hear me? Abhigna, Bhiksha, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ashish, enable your video. I can't see you. Okay. So if I press 1, what should be printed? We have to specify then and there only. Case 1, print Sunday, break. Case 2, print Monday, break. So what is this break? Break is a keyword. Okay. Break is a keyword. It has got a special meaning. Break is a keyword. Ugly. Break is a keyword. It has got a special meaning. And what does break do? It will terminate the 2 steps. First and second, there is no gap. It has to be break down into other number. 1 is separate and 2 is separate. So when I press 1, whatever the syntax I have written, that should be printed. When I press 2, whatever the syntax I have written, that should be printed. Between these two, there is one gap, that is break. So there are around 64 types of keywords available in C, C++ and Java. There are around 64. Among that, one is break. Break will terminate the condition. Norbo, welcome. Norbo, enable your video.
Sir,
Yeah, enable your video.
it's on from that time, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. Break is a keyword I'm telling. For each case, we need to write one break. Now, case 1, print Sunday. If I press 1, Sunday should print. If I press 2, Monday should print. If I press 3, Tuesday should print. And till 7 number, we have written the code. This is nothing but coding segment. Till 7, we have written the syntax. Till 7, we have given the command. Means what? If I press 1, one command should print. If I press 2, second command should print. Till 7, if I press 7, one more command should print. That is Saturday. What if your input is more than that number? For example, I am inputting the number 10 and the 10 is not written in the program. The 10 is not written in the program. The syntax is not written. Then what? Some answer should be printed. So for that we will use default. Okay, default what? Any number other than what we have specified, we are using that, then it is invalid number. It is not required in our program. It is invalid number. Got it? It is not required. Means what? For example, if I press 100 also, it should tell you the answer as, Lipika, what will be the answer if I press 100? Lipika? Lipika? Unmute yourself, Lipika. Okay, so this is about switch statement. I'll repeat one more time. Switch statement is nothing but multiple selection construct. It is used. More than one command we are using. That is nothing but if-else statement. In this if-else statement, what is happening? In this if-else statement, if-else if is used. So if-else if is used means what? That is switch statement. Okay, switch is what? Nothing but case. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Wherever you see the program in case 1, case 2, case 3 like that, then it is automatically understood that you are using switch statement. Okay, for using switch statement, number of case you are using, and for that number of case, what is the number, what is the command you are giving. And in case you are inputting the wrong command, then what should be the answer? That is about switch statement. So this is about selection statement. Okay, first was sequential construct, second one is selection construct. In selection construct there were 5 types: if else, if ladder, nested if, and switch statement. Now let us move to the next concept, that is iterative construct or looping construct. Iterative construct or looping construct. Enable your video, dear students. I know this is afternoon and you need to bear with me. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Okay. Enable your video, everybody. Now, third concept I'm going to tell you is iterative construct or looping construct. Okay. In some problems, we need to execute the statement or set of statement until some condition is satisfied. Okay. For this purpose, iterative statement is used. I'll repeat. In some statement or in some problem, we need to execute a statement or set of statement until some condition is satisfied. Okay, for this purpose, iterative statements are used. I can see only 2 of them are there. Where are the others? Come on. Okay, Norbo and Anush, be attentive, enable your video. Okay. Okay. Who is that one more now? Ashish Sharif, please show me your face. Is it drowsy now? Are you getting drowsiness? Ashish Sharif. Okay. So let us continue. Iterative statement. Iterative statement are the statement that is used to repeatedly execute a sequence of statement until some condition is satisfied or a given number of times. Iterative statements are also called repetitive statements or looping statements. Now, let me take an example. Enable your video, dear students. Enable your video, Lipika, enable your video. Now, for example, I want to print 100 numbers. Should I write 100 times syntax? Print 1, print 2, print 3, print 4. Should I write for 100 times? See, if you write for 100 times, the program length will extend. The program will get complex and you cannot understand the program and you will get confused frequently. So in this iterative statement is nothing but repetitive statement. Printing more than one number in loop is called iterative statement. The process of repeated execution of a sequence of statement until some condition is satisfied. When you give a condition till the condition is satisfied, it has to move on. There are two iterative construct: conditional looping and unconditional looping. Okay, conditional looping and unconditional looping. Now let me tell you, dear students, iterative construct is very easy to understand. Okay, now there are three types of iterative statements. Okay, 5 types of sequence selection statement. Only one type of selection statement, correct? Selection statement was only one, that is if. Okay, sequential statement, there was only one condition, that is if. Selection statement, there were 5 conditions, 5 statements, that is if else if ladder, nested if, switch statement or multiple statement. Okay, now iterative statement have got 3 topics. Iterative statement has 3 topics. They are for, while and do while. Okay, now you want to print a number from 1 to 10. I'll take an example. You want to print the number from 1 to 10. Then what you should do, you have to write a syntax. Okay, for example, for while and do while, there are 3 types. As I was telling, for, while and do while. See, by using these 3 topics, you can print the output as 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. So see, in these 3, the way of writing is different, but you can get the same output by using any one of the concept. If you use do while also, you can print 10 numbers. If you use while also, you can print 10 numbers. If you use for loop also, you can print 10 numbers. Okay, now let me Lipika, read conditional looping.
Sir, page number, please.
119.
This statement executes a group of instructions repeatedly until some logical condition is satisfied. The number of repetitions will not be known in advance. The 2 conditional looping constructs a while and do while.
Okay, now I'll tell you one thing. Now you are in the running race. Example, I'm taking an example. Listen carefully. You are in the running race and the beginning point you are standing and you will be told to run. Okay, you will be told to run, but it is not told that it is 400 meter or 800 meter or 1600 meter, but it is been told to run. You will start running. In some point they will tell stop. In some point they will tell stop. That is do while and do will do. Okay, that is do while and do will do. But for will do what? In the beginning, when you are starting running only, it will be told you are running for 100 meters, means you are running from 0 to 100, like that. Okay, means what? In advance you will not know, but in for loop advancedly you will know where to print. Unconditional looping is the statement executes of a group of instruction is repeated for specified number of times. Unconditional looping structure or construct is for. Now we'll discuss with an example. Okay, now Norbo, read this while construct, page number 120. Come on, no textbook.
I don't have textbook.
Okay, Anush.
This is a pre-tested loop structure. The structure checks the condition of beginning of the structure. The set of the statements are executed again and again until the condition is true. When the condition becomes false, control is transferred out of the structure.
Yeah, here while and do while I told you, you will be told to run and then it will be told where to stop. Same here, pre-loop structure, the structure checks the condition at the beginning of the structure, okay? The set of statements are executed again and again. Executed again and again, for that one loop is used, I will tell you that. Now if you see the example, okay, see the example here, I is equal to 1. So I is equal to 1 is equal to is the assignment operator, I is the variable. Now I is equal to 1 means what? Everybody listen. I is equal to 1 means what? You are going to start the number from 1. So the beginning number is 1. Okay? The beginning number is 1. Subiksha, enable your video. The beginning number is 1. Okay? And I want to print number for 5 times. I want to print number from 1 to 5. I is less than or equal to 5. Now I am telling you start printing from 1, but I will, in the same line, I will not tell that you stop at 5. I will tell in the next line, while I is less than or equal to 5. Means what? When it reaches to 5, stop. When it reaches to 5, stop and print I. Print I is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. To print that, what should happen? I is equal to I. I is equal to I plus 1. So now dear students, I is 1, correct? And the ending point is told in the second syntax, that is I is less than or equal to 5. Then movement, it has to move, no, the number has to move from one number to another. After printing one number, second number should print. After printing second number, third number should print. Means what? Repetitive number should print, okay? One after the other, the number should print. That is called as looping. So to do that, what you should do? I plus 1 or I plus plus. I plus plus is an increment operator. I plus plus is an increment operator. You can use increment operator, or after every loop you have to increase by 1. So I is 1. Second time when the loop takes place, I plus 1 is what? 2. Second time 2 will print. Okay, again what happens? 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, 3 will print. Again 3 plus 1. What is I there? I becomes 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, 4 is printed. 4 plus 1. I is what now? 4. 4 plus 1, that is 5. Okay, 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1, 6. Will it print 6 there? Will it print 6 there?
No, sir.
Somebody answer to me.
No, sir.
Why? Yeah, good. Norbo, will it print 6 in this program example?
No, sir.
Why?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. Subiksha, can you tell me?
It should be less than 5.
Because
Equal to
we
5.
have given the condition to stop at 5. So once it reaches the 5th number, what happened? The control is transferred out of the structure. It means that the control is terminating the condition. The control is terminating the condition. See, one concept, if you understand, the other two are almost same. Way of writing is different. Okay. Now what happens? 1 printed, again 1 plus 1, 2 printed, again 2 plus 1, 3 printed, 4 plus 1, 5 printed. 5 plus 1, it will not continue. It will terminate and it will come out of the loop. It will terminate and it will come out of the loop. Once it come out of the loop, what happens? Okay, you have to print the output. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is about while loop. This is about while loop. Let us go to the next topic, that is do while. Do while. See here, while and do while, you should understand little difference is there. Do while means what? I'll tell you. Yeah, now Subiksha, you only read the paragraph do while construct. Subiksha, are you there? Enable your audio.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read that paragraph do while construct.
Do while construct. This is a
Hmm.
post-tested loop structure. This structure checks the condition at the end of the structure. The set of statements are executed again and again until the condition is true. When the conditions becomes false, control is transferred out of the structure.
Okay. The difference between while construct and do while construct is while construct is a pre-tested loop. Okay. Whereas do while is a post-tested loop. Means what? Pre-tested means what? You will be knowing the beginning of the structure. Here in do while there is no beginning of the structure. Okay. I'll tell you now. See the example there. Sum is equal to 0. Sum is equal to 0. I is equal to 1. Now, the first number should be what? The first number should be what? Lipika, what will be my first number in do while?
0.
Come on. No.
Don't know, sir.
Yeah, fine. I is equal to 1. The beginning number. See, the variable you should take, not that sum. Sum is equal to 0. It is used for calculation or it is used for adding the numbers. But the beginning number I is equal to 1. Okay. First number is printed. Now we are telling do. Okay. What to do? Do the calculation. What calculation? Sum is equal to sum plus I. Sum is equal to sum plus I. What is sum here? What is sum here in the beginning?
I.
Sum is equal to sum plus I is there. What is the value of sum in the beginning?
0.
0.
0.
Good. 0 plus what is the value of I in the beginning?
1.
1. 0 plus 1?
1.
1. So I becomes 1. Correct? So I is equal to I plus 1 again. I become 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Second loop is 2. Now you're going on printing. We don't know where to stop. Okay, we don't know where to stop. In the previous example, we started with 1 and in the next line only we told you stop at 5. You print the number till 5 and stop. But here we started printing the number. We started printing the number from 1. What to do with that 1? Plus 1. I plus 1. You go on printing the number. Then we will tell, at the end, we will tell stop at 100. The difference, this is post-tested loop. Post-tested loop will tell you to stop the condition at the end. Pre-tested loop will stop the condition at the beginning. Okay? Got the difference? This is only the two difference between while and do while. Now, how many numbers we are going to print now? Ashish, how many numbers we are going to print? Unmute yourself. Okay, Norbo, tell me how many numbers you are going to print in this example. Anush?
Not more
100,
than
sir.
5.
5. That is in the
100.
previous example. In this example, we are
100.
taking number as 100. Okay. Okay. Now, why I is less than or equal to 100? Till it moves to the 100 position, it goes on printing. So the difference between while loop and do while loop is while loop it is pre-tested loop, whereas do while is post-tested loop. Pre-tested loop means what? It will print, it will start and then it will tell where to stop. Then adding the number will start. Whereas in the do while loop, you start printing the numbers. Go on printing the numbers. End I will tell stop at 100. Okay? Stop at 100. This is about do while. Now, dear students, listen here. Out of these two, both are confusing. Yes or no? Ayush, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Subiksha, yes or no?
I'm not confused.
Yeah. Lipika, why I will tell you, why I'm asking this, I'll tell you. Lipika,
Little bit confusion.
little bit confusing. Norbu,
Sir, to be honest, I didn't understand, sir.
you didn't understand. Okay, listen carefully, I'll explain one more time. Okay, one more, who is that? Ashish Sharif, I'm not able to see you from the beginning. You might disable your video and go somewhere. That is left to you. Okay, now I will tell you do while and for. Out of these three, easiest way of using is for. For loop is very easy to understand, whereas do and do while is always confusing. Not only for you, for all the students, it will be confusing, because the funda of that concept is you will tell to print the number, and then some other syntax, some other place you will tell to stop. Okay, increment operator will be there, and here in the do while you will start and then stop. There is no clarity. In the first example we print 1 to 5, in second example we print 1 to 100. Okay, next one is for loop. Lipika, read this for loop paragraph. 121 page number.
For construct,
Yeah.
this structure is the fixed execution structure. This structure is usually used when we know in advance exactly how many times a set of statement is to be repeatedly executed again and again. This structure can be used as increment looping structure or decrementing looping structure.
Turn the page. As I told, this for loop is very easy to understand. See, now let us go to the example directly. A program segment to find sum of first 15 natural numbers. Find the sum of first 15 natural numbers. Okay. Now in this program you can see here, for I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 50, I plus plus. In one line, we are knowing the beginning point, stopping point, and incrementing each time with 1 point. Okay, I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 50, I plus plus. When you take this same syntax, this is for loop. For loop is what? It will tell you the beginning there only, ending there only. To reach from beginning to end, we will use increment operator. By using this for loop, automatically you can print 1 to 50 numbers. Now, can anybody use this for loop and tell me to print number from 1 to 5? Can anybody say? Can anybody try? See, this for loop has got syntax of printing 1 to 50. Convert that into 100. Very simple. I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. I plus plus is nothing but increment operator. This is very, very important. If you don't use this I plus plus, what will happen? The first looping, it will print 1. Then second loop, it will not print 1. Third loop, it will not go only. Fourth loop, it will not reach only. Till the 50th loop, it will not reach, because somebody has to push that number. Somebody has to push that number. So that pushing work is done by I plus plus. I plus plus is nothing but increment operator. Okay. This is about for loop statement. Now you can you can print numbers, you can print anything. Okay, in the coming examples I will explain you. Out of this three, which is easy? Anush? Anush, can you answer me? Out of do, while and for, which is easy to understand?
While, sir, while construct.
You found while is easy. Okay, Subiksha, which one you found easy?
While and do while.
Do while. Okay. Norbo,
Sir,
which concept you understood to print numbers? While, do while, or for?
sir, I didn't understand, sir.
Where you didn't understand, you tell me, I'll explain again. For is simple. For loop is simple. For is
Sir.
what? Beginning, you can know in the beginning only, and ending also in the same syntax, and I plus plus. So I is equal to 1 is the beginning point. I is less than or equal to 50 is the middle point, that is the stopping point, and I plus plus is used to print the numbers, all numbers. Clear? Whereas in while what happens, you will tell to start at one line, and in the second line you will tell to stop at 5, and then you will tell I plus plus. So all three work, we will tell it in different lines. Whereas in for loop, we will tell it in single statement. So when you write it in single statement, it is easy for you to understand. Whereas if you write the same into breakdown statements or break the syntax and write it in multiple lines, then it is while and do while. Okay, Lipika, which one you found easy?
While, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. Now, the next one is, after you write the algorithm, you must realize step-by-step simulation of the computer execution of the algorithm in a so-called check process. Next one, let me go to the next topic, that is characteristics of good program. So anybody can write the program. Anybody can write the program. If you see the advertise now, black hats, they are giving an advertise. Black hats, they are giving an advertise. Wait. Black hats, they are giving advertise. Make your child coding. The coding is so easy. All those things they are telling. They are using a different programming language for that. Do you know what programming language they are using? In the advertise, they show no. Make your child coding. The coding is so easy and all they will show in the advertise. Have you seen black hats? Lipika?
No, sir.
Advertise you didn't see?
No, sir.
Learn, you will make your child learn coding. Make your child learn coding.
No, sir, I didn't see.
Are you in Facebook, Lipika?
No, sir.
Okay, Anush, are you in Facebook?
No, sir.
Very good. Subiksha?
No, sir.
Okay, why I was asking, because in Facebook, the advertisement is more in the Facebook. Okay, I have seen in television also, I have seen in Facebook also. Make your child learn coding easy. Okay, there the programming language is different. The language is called as Scratch programming. In that, each command is being made it ready. Just pushing and placing the command, that's it. No need of writing the program in that. Just select the code and drag and drop. Your movement of animation will be prepared. But here, it's not like that. You have to write the syntax. You have to understand the syntax. Moreover, your compiler should understand the syntax. Means what? It is understood that you should write a proper program. You should write a proper syntax. Okay, you should write the proper syntax. Means what? There is a way of writing the program. That's it. Characteristics means what? In Kannada we call it as gunagalu. Guna lakshanagalu. Okay? Characteristics of a good program. What all things if you use, it will become a good program. Okay. Anush, read that.
The best program to solve a given problem is one of that require less space in memory, take less time to complete its execution, easy to modify and portable.
Continue.
Modification. A good program is one which allows any modification easily whenever needed. Probability. A good program is the one which can be run on different type of machine with the minimum or no change.
Okay, let me tell you now. See, when you write the program, the syntax should not eat the memory of your computer. First thing you should keep it in mind. See, we are almost finishing the theory part, and slowly we will be jumping into the programming section. After this chapter, chapter 6 will be completely on the programming section. Okay, now when you write the program, the code or the syntax should not affect your memory location of your computer. Second thing is, when you write the program and press compile, the compiler should not take more time to compile. Third thing is, it should be easy to modify. Means what? As and when required, you can go to the particular syntax or particular line and edit the program, repair the program, or modify the program. Okay, so three things you should keep it in mind. Don't make your program memory to take more. Okay, require less space in memory and less time. The compiler should not take more time, require less space in the memory. It is easy to execute, it is easy to write, and it is easy to modify. Means what? Everything should be easy. Everything should be easy means what? You should write the program in such a way that it is easy for you to understand and it is easy for your compiler to understand. Compiler will convert that and give you the result. I mean to say output. Okay. Now, a life cycle of computerized process: problem analysis, maintain this one, design algorithm, code, flowchart, coding program, testing and debugging, documentation, implementation, and maintenance. These are the life cycle. Yes. There were the technical issue and automatically the Zoom app got closed. Again, I opened. In the next class, we will be talking on types of errors and so on. So let us stop the class now. It's almost 3:40 now and the 5 minutes left. Anything you want to say, you can share your views and then you can end the class. First, I'll ask with Anush. Anush, enable your video, audio. You can share your feedbacks about the class. See, as we are into the verge of using the network and the network internet, okay, we are not having the live class which we do normally in the classroom. So we are bound to use internet, and we are doing such a way that we are trying to reach you people in proper manner. So what is your feedback on taking my listening my class? I want to know, so that anything can be improvised or modified or updated. I will try to do that. First, I'll ask with Anush.
Nothing,
Anush,
sir. Nothing, sir. This is
are
only.
you able to understand my teaching?
Yes, sir.
Any queries, anything you want to share with me?
Nothing, sir.
Okay, thank you. Norbo,
Sir, everything is good.
but you are not attentive. That is one thing I feel.
No, sir, I don't have the test book. That's why. Like, I'm having
Oh,
trouble.
you said something no last week about PDF, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
At least you should have texted me no once.
Sir, I thought you were so busy, sir, so I left it.
It's okay, man. You could have texted from your mama's number, no? Okay, Lipika, let us come to Lipika.
Oh,
Give
yes,
me
sir.
a valuable feedback of this session, overall session till now.
I understood, sir. Your teaching is good.
Okay,
I can understand.
okay. Any suggestion you want to give?
No, sir, nothing.
Okay. Anything you want to say?
No, sir.
Okay. Pratiksha. Pratiksha, are you there? Subiksha, sorry. Subiksha. Unmute yourself. Subiksha, unmute yourself. Ashish, can you come online now? Ashish, can you come online now? Okay, anyway, we'll end the session now.